This thing had a huge chimeroid spine out the back of its skull. It was the weirdest looking thing. And it wasn't a fresh injury. This was an old injury. The spine had broken off. It had just about punctured its brain.
Coffee's ready!
Got some M&Ms there for you to
Thank you.
nibble at.
I might need a sugar boost.
Yeah, you need a sugar boost.
Oh, I didn't know there'd be snacks there.
But there's a bit of a sort of slight segue into what we're talking about here. Our subject matter, chimeras, are a bit like M&Ms. I don't know, they strike me as being far too easy to eat, and yet they're still a thing. I mean, you look at them. Here's one in a jar.
Here's one we prepared
Here's
earlier.
one we prepared much earlier. And what is to stop every other thing with a jaw down there from going yum yum goodbye? They don't have any denticles. They don't have rough skin. They're kind of soft. They're not fast swimming. They don't hang out in big numbers, so you can't sort of say, eat Fred, not me. Yeah, there's virtually nothing to stop every other thing with a jaw tucking into this. With the one exception, you can see on that first dorsal fin there, it's got
probably
a
hold that
wicked
up.
little spine that comes up curved. It's got a concave posterior surface. It's got serrations down it. So when it's alive, it's covered in mucus. There's talk of it being poisonous, i.e. venomous, but really probably more to do with the fact that it's a foreign protein being introduced into your body if you get stabbed with it. We have had in the collection, we had a black Oreo, but so big. Now you got to realise Oreos have a mouth about that big, like you're making the OK symbol to somebody. This thing had a huge chimeroid spine out the back of its skull. It was the weirdest looking thing. And it wasn't a fresh injury. This was an old injury. The spine had broken off. It had just about punctured its brain. And yet it was now swimming around quite happily until it was caught by the net with this honking great spine sticking out of the top of its head. So one, what was it doing? And two, how did it survive?
It wouldn't have gone for the chimera that left that would have been bigger than the fish.
Yeah, well, some of these get big. I mean, the black one, Hydrolagus cfaffinus, we've got them in the collection here, knocking 10 kilos.
I've got sort of 1.20 meters in my head.
About that.
That filament makes it difficult to get a length.
Yeah, this one spine does seem to sort of offer sufficient protection that they haven't been wiped out.
I wonder if it's not the spine itself, it's what you do with it. I wonder if they're particularly mobile, they're able to...
Adept at flicking back and stabby.
Yeah, just thinking to those seals that do still have the spine lodged in them. It's sort of quite often at the neck, so they'll obviously grab the tail.
It swings around and
And
goes...
the body is pretty good at bringing ground. And then you've got the weight of the body behind it, almost like a hammer.
Yeah. You get that with squaloids, the spiny dogfish. If you make the mistake of picking it up behind the head, which is what you're supposed to do with sharks, they will swing around.
It's like the English language. Yeah. This is the rule, except
they will jab that spine into you with quite some force, and I've had the misfortune of experiencing that, is that they're able to sort of bend around a full circle, poof, and suddenly I've got, damn, that spine's embedded in my skin. And it actually takes quite a while to heal. That slime seems to...
cause a bit of an immune response. Just too alien, too foreign.
Protein, it takes a long time to scab, it takes a long time to heal. Now, so you always tell people, grab the dogfish by the tail and the head, and then you bend them around, hold the two together, remove the hook, release the shark. Yeah, so they must be able to curve that thing around, and it is quite sharp, and it is very wicked. My colleagues in ghost diving were telling me they were fishing off sea turn one day. This little fishing thing came powering up to them, two guys in it. They'd caught a elephant fish, and the thing had flicked and stabbed one of them in the chest with the spine, broken off, donk, sitting in the chest. The word was, do not pull it out, head back to shore, the ambulance will meet you there. So, yeah, these things can inflict a serious amount of physical damage. But, yes, they are quite beautiful. The photographs I've seen of them underwater and the film footages show them just sort of swimming along.
Yeah, they fly.
And the body's held quite straight, so they're obviously making maximum use of that well-developed lateral line system. So maybe they're getting plenty of advance warning of something gnarly creeping up on them.
Now, that is an interesting theory. by having that pectoral swimming, by swimming sort of by paddling your arms essentially rather than moving your body, does that remove a lot of interference from your lateral line system and your because you're not moving the whole body?
You're not undulating that. I've not seen them undulating the body on any film shots I've seen. No, it's always been just straight pectoral fanning.
Oh, cheers to the chimera.
Cheers to the weird little chimeras.